Hey everyone, it's Andy, OETC 17. We are at Wednesday, midday of the conference. This morning I had a really great pleasure to see David Clark and Mary Snellgrove. Say that again. Snellgrove, great. And they did a presentation on BreakoutEdu, which I've always been curious about, and it really went on well. The teachers were really into it, engaged. So, David, you're a curriculum and technology specialist. Let's start with BreakoutEdu. What are you seeing? What are you liking? Tell me about your session today.
Sure. BreakoutEdu is a concept that or a product that I stumbled across probably about a year and a half ago. And I've had the pleasure of being able to develop a couple on my own, utilize the website, which is a wonderful archive of different breakouts. And so today's session, what we did was, with only 45 minutes, it's challenging because most of the breakouts are designed to be 45 minutes in length. So we modified one. I think we had about 70 teachers, which blew us away. And we were able to pull off a breakout successfully. We had 6 groups responsible for opening the locks on 6 boxes. They all did so successfully in the 30 minutes we gave them. And I think everybody left with a pretty powerful experience of how a wooden box that's got 4 different locks on it that you open with various combinations, they see it as a tool that it's applicable to every grade level. It's applicable to every content area. And like I said in one of the slides I showed in the presentation, it's still okay to have fun at school as you're learning along the way. So I think it went really, really well.
I think one of the things that I noticed, and maybe this is with teachers, and maybe you have to encourage this more with students, but the collaboration and the instant kind of working together didn't take long to get people going.
No, and the fact that you have to work together as a team, that there are elements or periods of time where you're going to be a little frustrated, where you may not be able to find something else. As the moderator or the teacher in the setting, one of the hardest things, in my opinion, is to, when you know the answers to the puzzles and the riddles, to be able to let those participants, or classroom setting students, let them go down the wrong track. Let them find out that it is okay to do something wrong. It's okay to fail, as long as you're willing to regroup and talk it out. And in that collaborative setting, it's a real powerful thing to see when somebody makes several mistakes before they actually realize what the correct way of figuring something out is. So,
how long was the setup? Did you find I know that there's a website that you can get a lot of materials. Did you do your own, or did you get something?
This was actually original that I created, and as we talked in the session, probably if there is a barrier or something that a teacher needs to realize is going to be a time investment, is if you do choose to create your own original game, it truly is like going through the process of coding, because you generate several clues, you sequence them together, one thing leads to another. It is, once again, any content area will work. Sometimes, my comfort zone is social studies material, and to develop a set of clues that open a 5-digit lock using social studies type content, it does take some thought process, and it's not simple. It takes a little bit of time, but when you see somebody figure out what you created, it's powerful. It's really powerful.
Do you think it's going to have legs, longevity in the education market?
I think so. It's certainly not something you embed into a weekly routine, but it's something that if you introduce it to your students, a class or a grade level, maybe at the beginning of the year. I've always thought, to me, as putting on my teacher hat, I think the most powerful way is if students have an opportunity to play with this or participate, and then are given the time amount or a set number of days to not just participate, but to create their own game. That's when kids really start to get into the content, engaging format or style. So it's not an everyday event, but absolutely, I think there's nothing, this technology, I know we're at a tech conference, this is not going to go out of style. It's a wooden box with 5 locks on it, so not going to change.
So tell me about some of the other things that you've been doing. You mentioned you've been a lot with Google.
Yeah, in the process of, we conduct, part of my job responsibilities include academic coaching, but we've really started to get a little bit greater number of requests for teachers that are getting into the Google ecosystem and providing professional development. Our district has set up this tool. Now, how do we use it? how do we implement it, and what are some strategies or ways for me to do it as a classroom teacher.
So what's the learning that you're hoping to take away? You've done your presentation. What kind of trends or topics you want to go see?
This is the third time I've been to OETC, and with me being still in the learning phase of Google, I think I'm going to try to attend. I've already attended a couple Google-based workshops. I always like to walk around the vendor area just to see what's out there that's new, or maybe something that I haven't had an opportunity to be exposed to. So probably a combination of experience some of the vendors here and pick up a couple more sessions throughout the next 2 days.
All right. Well, now is the toughest part of this interview, which is the speed geek question. So short answer and to the point. They should pop up on the screen.
Okay.
What's your favorite educational blog? You got the toughest one.
Well, actually, we were just talking about this. I just was introduced a couple weeks ago, just happened to stumble across a podcast that close enough to a podcast based on Matt Miller's Ditch That Textbook. And I've really found that to be really beneficial for some of the things that I'm working on, giving me some insights into different things. So that's the one I'm probably most focused on right now.
Yeah, that's a great one. Ditch That Textbook.
Eric Kurtz's.
Oh, yeah.
Control Alt Achieve, absolutely.
Yeah, especially with Google.
Yes.
You're a Google person, Eric's work. Absolutely. And let's go with a couple more here. Favorite social network?
Well, I would say the one that I'm definitely the most active on would be Twitter. I have, I would say, little discussions from time to time. My wife is a big Facebook fan. I spend a little time there, but I'm definitely the most active on Twitter.
Okay. One more. What's your favorite tablet? iPad, iPhone?
My favorite tablet, honestly, I'm probably in the minority with this. I've always been an iPhone person, but the last phone I got was a Note, not one of the ones that catches fire, the previous generation. But I've really probably spent the last 2 or 3 years immersed in the Android ecosystem. So a Nexus tablet and my Note.
Yeah, I've had an iPhone for years and finally went to a Google Pixel, which is Android based. I'm getting along pretty good. So there's definitely some advantages.
Yes.
It's fun. All right, David, thank you for stopping in, and good luck on future presentations.
Thank you.